Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Ruby. I'm a mum of two, and this is my 40-week pregnancy update. I cannot believe I'm even still pregnant at this point. I'm actually 39 and 6. I don't turn 40 weeks until tomorrow, but I really don't think this baby's gonna come out tonight or tomorrow or the next day. I don't feel like anything's happening, so I thought I'd just go ahead and film this update because I don't think I've filmed one since about 33 weeks. Not much has been happening, honestly. It's been a very easygoing kind of pregnancy, so there hasn't been much to update on, but I just figured a bit of a milestone, 40 weeks, so I will do one last update unless I make it to 41 weeks, and I might film one more, but I've got everything crossed. I don't get to 41 weeks, but we will see, I guess. So for a little bit of backstory, this is my third child. My first, I went into labor at 39 weeks and 4 days. Very textbook labor. Just one day started, cramping, started losing my mucus plug, and then it just kind of progressed very steadily. I think the cramp started at 4 p.m. on one day, and I had her by 7 a.m. the next day. So very straightforward first labor. And then my second, I was induced early at 38 and 6 days, and that was very traumatic. My birth story is here on my channel if you want to watch it. But even though I've had two kids, I've only really got one spontaneous labor to go on. So really just don't know when this baby's gonna come. I went very 39 and 5 is very close to my due date last time, so I suppose it's kind of not weird that I'm still pregnant at almost 40 weeks, but I just didn't think I was going to get to this point. I don't know. I felt like he was going to come early, but he is still very happily baking in there. I'm very uncomfortable. So let's just talk about symptoms, what's been happening the past couple of weeks, and just general pregnancy chit chat. So I guess I haven't really had any newer symptoms except for one, which is really bad. I don't know if it's pelvic pain, sciatic pain. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a sharp shooting pain that kind of comes from my groin and shoots down my leg, and it is only on my left side, and it is it incapacitates me. I can't walk. It's so bad that it makes me yell out in pain. It's very uncomfortable. It's very painful. It happens very randomly. I'm sure he's sitting on a nerve or something like that. It's not happening all the time. It's just random, and it's only when I'm walking and standing. When I'm sitting down, I can't even feel it. So it's very annoying because it can happen when I'm out with the kids, and then they're running off, and I physically cannot do anything. I just have to wait for it to pass, and it's super painful. So that symptom has been consistent for maybe 5 weeks or so. So I guess now that he's bigger, he's just compressing something, and it is very painful. I'm still feeling quite issues with heartburn. I feel the closer I get to the end of the pregnancy, the less the medication is working. I've been on medication for heartburn since about 20 something weeks. It was really bad. I had it bad with my second as well, and the medication worked for ages, and just now it's kind of some days it doesn't really make a difference, but definitely better than if I don't take it at all though. So it's fine. Breathlessness, obviously, I just can't breathe. I've got a baby right up in my ribs. But that's pretty much all of the symptoms. Position wise, baby wise, he is happy as Larry in there. He's in a good position. He's been head down, fully engaged for weeks. He was fully engaged at my 34-week appointment, at my 36-week appointment, and he's still fully engaged. He's been sitting down there for weeks now, which I've heard is quite common for the subsequent baby. So that's been uncomfortable. But in saying that, I still have a butt up here in my ribs, so I don't have an overly large torso, I guess. So he's just taken up all the room in there. Every time I go for my midwife checkups, he is measuring fine. My stomach's measuring fine. His heart rate is good. Everything looks good to go. He can come whenever he wants to. As far as gestational diabetes, so if you haven't watched any of my other videos, I got diagnosed with gestational diabetes at like 28 weeks, but my result was like extremely borderline, and my midwife isn't convinced that I actually have it. Like, I was so borderline. They're like, we treat you like you do, but you know, who knows? I guess we'll see as we test. I don't have to really try at all. I can eat anything pretty much, and I get low readings. Very occasionally I'll get a high reading if I have something very obviously high carb, but like, it hasn't been an issue to control it with diet at all. I haven't needed medication. Like, my fasting reading has been fine, which is something I think people struggle with the most, but I can have something naughty for dessert and it doesn't affect me at all. So I mean, it's really good that it has been that easy, but at the same time it's frustrating because you're treated kind of a bit more like high risk, which like my midwife doesn't think I am, but we had to have the conversation about like induction, which I spoke about in my last video. The hospital has already like booked my induction in automatically because I am GD, and I'm like, I don't really want to be induced, so they gave me that date, but my midwife is very much like, you know, if you don't want it, we just won't go. You don't have to go. You can get to almost 42 weeks if you get that far. It's totally up to you. There's no like extra risk factors because my GD is so well controlled. So I guess we'll just see. I'm just crossing my fingers I don't even have to get to that point. My induction date that they have set is the 28th of December, which is 7 days past my due date, or 8 days. Yeah, 7 days past my due date. So if I do get there, I'll see how I feel. I think I might try and push it like a couple more days, but again, I'll just see how I feel, how uncomfortable I am, how like favorable induction would be. Like, if it was just a matter of breaking waters and sending me home for 24 hours, I might opt for that. If they want to do more thorough intervention like the balloon or the gel or anything like that, I probably don't really want to go down that road. My induction was really traumatic. I would really like to just go into spontaneous labor. So look, I'm just hoping that he comes before we have to make those decisions. In saying that, today is the 20th of December. If he doesn't come by the 22nd, I'm going to cross my legs and hope to God to make it past the 26th. I already have a baby that was born on Christmas Eve, so we've got a Christmas Eve birthday in the house. Obviously there's Christmas Day. If we could avoid Boxing Day, that would be nice, because it's gonna be like 3 really like hectic days in a row, but I'll take Boxing Day over my daughter's birthday or Christmas Day. So it's just a terrible like planning. I don't know what we were thinking, but that is where we're at. So just trying to all the vibes to get this baby out for the next few days, and then after that I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. At my last midwife appointment, she did say that they can offer a stretch and sweep at 40 weeks onwards. So my next appointment with her is the 22nd. So she was like, I can do a stretch and sweep if you want, but I don't want one because I don't want to try and kickstart anything like 2 days before Christmas Eve. So if she'd been able to do it today, like, or on Monday, I might have gone for it, but I had to turn 40 weeks first for them to offer it. So just the way the timing has worked out, I'm not gonna opt for it. If we get obviously past Christmas and I see her prior to my induction date, I might opt for one then. See if that starts anything off. I don't know. It's not decisions I thought I would have to be making, to be honest. I kind of just expected him to come. So I know, like, I've still got time. Like, I'm not even overdue yet. And I know it is all very, like, you know, it's just an estimated due date. But yeah, I just didn't really expect to still be pregnant. As far as, like, baby's growth, I've had 2 growth scans now. He is measuring perfectly fine. He's not large. There's nothing concerning. There's no sign of, like, a GD baby, because apparently, like, you can... If you have gestational diabetes, you're more likely to grow a big baby. There's stomach measures like off the charts, that kind of thing. He's measuring like completely normal, 40-something percentile, like just average baby. I have a feeling he's going to be bigger than my other 2 just because he's going to have been in there the longest, but we will see. The technicians have all been happy. I don't have to have another growth scan, I guess, unless I go overdue, but I don't think I need one. Yeah, that's pretty much what's been happening. I have expressed some colostrum for him because, again, if you have gestational diabetes, they recommend that. So if their sugar levels aren't good after you have the baby, if you have that colostrum already there, they will give that to them just to try and level out their sugars. Hopefully it's not an issue since my diabetes has been like super controlled. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We're ready to go. Hospital bag's been packed for weeks. Everything's done, car seat's in, completed everything I wanted to do at home. Like, we're literally just waiting for him to come. Obviously we've got Christmas right around the corner. It's gonna be hectic Christmas either way, because either we're gonna have a brand new baby, which we've done before, or I'm gonna be like heavily pregnant and on edge that I'm going to go into labor. So wish us luck for this Christmas season. I'm sure everything will work out as it's supposed to, you know, everything in its own time. I'm sure he will pick the best day to come, hopefully. But yeah, I will show you the belly, and that's pretty much it for the update. So that is my extra large 40-week baby bump. Oh man, I've never been this pregnant before, and I don't think I've ever been this uncomfortable before. It'll all be worth it once he eventually decides to come out. So thanks for watching this update, guys. Hopefully the next video will be a like meet my newborn video, but who knows, I might still be pregnant. I guess we will see. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next one. Bye.